Yo, it's your boy Uncle Cooley. Welcome back to the Toast Up Podcast. If you don't know what that means to open a sincere transformation upon people. This is episode 19. And on the right side of me, I got my homeboy, Nahome. Yes, sir. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man. Yeah.
Excellent, bro. I met Nahome back in 2017, and I guess you were 17?
Yeah, just graduated high school. I was 18, actually. Met Carlos for the first time at the Haverford YMCA summer camp. That was way back.
Yeah.
4 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I felt like most definitely when I met you back then, you were a completely different person, still trying to figure yourself out, still trying to find self-love and just trying to find who you wanted to be as a person. So 4 years later, we're in 2021.
Yep.
Describe the growth and who you are today versus back in 2017.
Man, a lot has changed. So much has changed. So like now I read more books. I work out more consistently. My mindset, I think my mindset has changed a lot. Like back then I was just this nervous kid out of high school, still trying to talk to girls and like so kind of shy, not confident in myself. I feel like I'm getting better at being confident in myself now, but it's like I'm looking at it a different perspective now. It's like now I'm not really thinking about like short term, like how can I do this and do that. It's like now, okay, let me think in like 30, 40 year terms, in my life and like just kind of take baby steps down that way. So that's like the mindset shift that I got now since then. And I remember like you gave me the book. Was it this?
The Power, 48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power. Man, that was like the doorway towards like self-improvement, right? And just getting better as a man. I think that was like kind of like the seed that was planted in me, thanks to you. That really got everything started. Like that was kind of the seed. And then once I went off to college and stuff, like I didn't really read or do much, but I think at a certain point in time after that, I started reading more books, started watching more podcasts, videos on YouTube, like motivational stuff. And that kind of got the ball rolling. But the first book that I read to start off with that was like 40 Laws of Power. I read it again. I learned a lot from that. Just, keep growing, man. Yeah.
Okay, so you definitely said that, your habits changed. And I guess the things that weren't important to you back then are more important to you now. Just because you want to get to your goals and you wanted to become that person that you always desired to be. So let's just start with 48 Laws of Power. What are some things that help you invest into yourself today, learning things in 48 Laws of Power? So what are some things that you learned in 48 Laws of Power that helped you today?
I guess it's not a real law. I think like it's kind of some laws kind of combined together, but it's like being selfish for like your goals. So like you really gotta like block out people, block out things that don't matter. Like it wasn't in there, but like I got the feeling from reading some of the laws and just the whole book that like you really gotta just focus on things that matter to you. And like and the book gets kind of cold, they said like just completely like ignore people or shut people off or whatever. And I kind of toned it down a bit. Now I'm like, okay, like focus on my goals and then everything else that doesn't matter, just cut it off.
Who inspires you the most, or who are some people that inspired you to start these new habits, such as waking up early in the morning?
Yeah, at first it was probably from Elon Musk. Like he's one of my inspirations. I just learned from him, like he just works hard. Like if you have an ambition, if you have a certain goal in mind and you like work hard like crazy towards that, you'll achieve it. Like full heartedly believe it. Just his work ethic, man. Like that's like, man, that's crazy. I feel like people don't know about it, but like I read a book, his own like an autobiography, and like
was it 0 to 1?
No. It was, I mean it has his face on it, something.
Okay.
Yeah, and like through that book, like you you get an insider view of like his life. Certain things when he first like did his first startup with what was it? It was X. No. Oh, PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah, PayPal, and then to Tesla. Him starting up Tesla, and like the whole process towards that happened. Like just crazy work hours, like crazy like failures, right? Work ethic and his drive to like negate failures. So I learned a lot from that in itself. Like failures don't really matter. They're just lessons in the way. If you really are passionate about something, you have a drive towards that. Like if you fail at it, like because you're so passionate about it, you're gonna keep going no matter what, And he had like his whole drive and ambition to change the world, like build spaceships and cars, get people to the moon, and that's his overarching theme. And then anything that kind of blocks his way towards that, he just kind of like pushes aside and just goes around it, goes under it, goes over it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
I remember when you were telling me, and it's crazy that you said say that like when you're really passionate about something, it's not really failing. It's really a mindset, because you can look at that in the sense of like you can just say, I just figured out another way that doesn't work. And until you get it right, you know what I mean? So it's not really failing. You're just learning ways that don't work. You know what I mean? So 100%. That's just, you know what I mean? So it definitely is the mindset switch to accomplish anything you desire. But what would you say to somebody that struggles with trying to find new hobbies and passions and really don't have or don't know what they want in life? Like, do you think they should really put and devote time to invest in themselves, or stay inspired by whatever inspires them, but they just don't know what they want to do yet? What would you say to that person?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a great question. So I would first say to that person, like, what do you do in your free time? Like when you're, let's say you're working a job or something, and you come home or something like that after you eat, like what do you gravitate towards to? Is it like you're boxing, MMA? Do you like, watching, like reading comic books? Do you like working out? Do you like making music? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever you gravitate towards, that's your desire. Like you naturally towards that. It doesn't matter what it is. It could just be like, I like reading comic books, right? So, okay, like how can I get a passion in comic books? Maybe it's like interning at a Comic-Con or something, or what is it, writing comic books?
Yeah.
Or do you want to collect and sell and flip like whatever it is, So off the jump, I would first say to someone, like, whatever you do in your free time or whatever you gravitate towards to, then start working towards that, like start kind of going towards that route and see like, okay, like what different avenues can I go in this, this niche or this desire, this kind of like outlet that I want to go,
It's crazy that you say that, because I feel like the best things in life are free. So when you do things that aren't for money, just for the joy. And it's crazy, man, because as I get older, I learned to just do things because of the sport. And when I say just because of the sport, like LeBron James, he's a billionaire. LeBron James can retire right now, and he's top 5 ever to ever touch a basketball. He can stop right now. He has nothing to prove, but he does it for the sport. He does it because he loves what he does. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you just said, whatever you find in your free time to do, whatever you're doing, just really do it to the fullest, whether that's, producing beats, whether that's working out, whether that's just, watching movies, learn about film. You know what I mean? Like if you like reading books, try to write a book. And I'm not saying that everything you have to do is for money, but my thing is, it's very important for us just to learn and try to fulfill our lives with the things we love to do. You know what I mean?
I would even go to say, like, forget about money, man. Like, because if you focus on the money, you'll never get the pure joy out of whatever you're doing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, that's so important, because so many people go about their whole lives trying to chase the cash. But at the end of the day, they're gonna get 70, 80 years old, and they're gonna regret all the past decisions they made in their life, right? It's worthwhile to do. Honestly, it's worthwhile to have a short life doing things you enjoy doing than having a long miserable life. That's like everyone should go by that, like by that rule. So forget about the money, because if you're actually good at something, you're gonna get money from it. You're gonna get compensated. It's kind of like how the law of attraction works. You know, if you're passionate desire about something, where you're gonna do it regardless of the money. You know,
Exactly.
like if you enjoy making music, you're a producer, like, and you actually really truly desire and actually you're happy when you do it. You don't care about the money. You're gonna just do it, like, you know, like you enjoy doing it. It's like a game. You know, it's just like you just go about and do it, and then over time you start learning the craft. Okay, then you start diving deeper into producing music. Okay, how can I get better? How can I do this and this? Start taking some classes, and then over 5-10 years, you can become really good, and then you can like start working with other people. You know what I mean? And start creating avenues. But see, like that all started from not really worrying about money. When you don't chase something, you know, it's gonna come to you.
And it's crazy that you say that, because one of like I always speak about this book, and that goes to show you that this book is very important to me, and and it allowed me to really get where I wanted to be today, because it had a strong influence. But The Alchemist, and the guy was meeting people along the way trying to find this treasure, but he followed the good omens in his life. He did everything that he needed to do while he didn't even get paid for. But he said the universe and God will allow you and send you signals of good omens to reassure you that you're on the right track. You know what I mean? Just when you meet certain people in life, it helps you grow to the person you need to be to get whatever you desire in life. You know what I'm saying? And other things like books. Sometimes like somebody may hand you a book, or you may go to the bookstore and you may see certain books that you need to read. You know what I mean? Or just habits in general, bro. Like you just said, like you wake up 5, 6 a.m. You know, I'm not sure if you do a Sunday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So 7 days out of the week.
Yeah.
Very impressive. So it goes to show you that God or the universe is showing you good omens in life. Because that's one thing, you know, if I wake up early, 6 a.m., if I'm up early so I can get what I need to get done first before I give everybody else my attention, I would get here twice as fast. Compound interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the way to succeed faster is by wasting less time. So over time now, I started to become more efficient with my time. So like it's like now I'm like, okay, how can I waste less time? How can I use more time? Because everyone has 24 hours in a day, but it's how you use those 24 hours each and every day on a consistent basis is how you become successful. So I figured out, okay, if I wake up earlier, it just kind of works out for me. If I wake up earlier around 4:35, and I have an extra 2, 3, 4 hours in the morning to myself, I can just work on my craft, you know, work on, you know, my passions, and I can go about my day. You know, so I like doing that, and then I go to bed early as well, which helps me a lot. Gets me good rest throughout the night, and then wake up the next day, do it all over again.
Explain before we were on the podcast, you were explaining to me the importance of sleeping between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Can you please elaborate what you said to me more on the podcast?
Yeah. So I'm not no scientist or anything.
No,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm not no doctor, but so I was watching a YouTube video of like just like a motivational video, like how to, you know, get better, you know, be more successful, whatever. And then there was a doctor on there called Dr. Huberman, and then he was saying how every successful person, every person should be sleeping from 10 to 4 a.m. You know, like that's like the perfect like sweet spot, you know. Obviously you can sleep a little longer, whatever, but pretty much 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is when your body goes into really deep like restorative mode. So all like everything that happens into your brain, your body, like everything kind of just rejuvenates itself. It's like it recharges itself. That's like the perfect time. So, and I noticed it myself. So, like when I go to bed around like 9:45, 10 o'clock, and I wake up at, or 4 or 5, I feel good throughout the rest of the day because my body got that rest. Obviously there's scientific studies and all that stuff that can we can look into and all that stuff, but 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is pretty much the time period where like your body goes really deep into like, releasing human growth hormone, just really like just recharging itself.
You know what's crazy, bro? Because a lot of people miss out on opportunities like that. Me for sure, because I don't go to sleep before 2 a.m. I'm always, I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
But I'm learning that habits really define who you want to be and who you are. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, because we are a collection of habits of who we are. Like, we are the identity. So, like, a runner, so like a marathon runner, he identifies himself as a runner because he has made all the decisions and the habits to lead up for him to be that way, So we are our habits. We are what we do on a daily basis. So that's how some people can be more successful than others, because a person could have a really good habit of just, eating junk food, be really consistent in like drinking sodas all day, and that's their habit, and that's how, right? You get overweight and have bad health problems. But I could be the same person, have completely different habits, of good habits of eating healthy, working out, drinking a lot of water, eating the right foods, right? So you see, these two people have different habits, different people, right? Different outcomes. So yeah, I think it's so important for like, just for everyone to realize how important habits are. They rule and govern your life.
They make you who you are. And it's crazy. So define or compare yourself to who you were back in 2017 versus now to 2021 in the home. Like, what habits have you changed about yourself? Like, what? Because I'm pretty sure that you don't even think the same way.
No. Yeah, I'm not even the same person.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. Like, people don't understand that. That's real growth. Like, when you say to yourself, you're not the same person.
Yeah, we can get deep into that, because like this is, for me, it's important because I feel like that whenever I look at my past, all the failures, mistakes that I made, I think of that person as not me, because that's literally not me. I've grown, probably got a little bigger, grown taller, brain has changed. I'm physically not that person anymore, So for me to like kind of get down on myself for the mistakes that I made, like, I'm here now, right? That was me in the past, still figuring stuff out. And then I'm like, I had to get through the mud to get the destination where I am now. So there's a lot that I learned just from there to now. I think another big thing that I learned is like rejection and like valuing others people's opinions, because like fear of rejection, right? You approach a girl or just talking to a big group of people or whatever it is, like I'll get so nervous, right? Just scared, and just kind of get social anxiety, just even like walking through a mall or something, I'll just kind of get a little nervous, like,
anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety, right? Like, and just, what are people thinking of me? Like, what am I wearing? Do people think of like weird of it? And I'm like that doesn't matter. Like now I'm like, that doesn't matter, You could walk by someone and like the next 10 seconds, they're going to forget who you are. No one really cares that much about you. That's just the cold hard truth.
And it's crazy that you say that, because people are afraid to make mistakes in front of people. And that's why most people fear public speaking, because they fear that they may stutter over a word or may not pronounce or enunciate a word correctly. But then again, people may, during that second, probably within 10 seconds, they probably would judge you, or they may say something about you. But at the end of the day, they're going to forget about it.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't
matter.
People don't like focus on that stuff, man. Like, like, okay, like I go to the mall or grocery store, I approach a girl, I get nervous about it, and then like she rejects me. Like, all right, cool. And then like she might be having a bad day. Like you don't know how
Yeah.
people are going, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like once I got that, like I had to internalize that through watching a lot of videos and books. I had to really internalize like, bro, like stop valuing other people's opinions
Facts.
than myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
99% of people value the opinions of other people, like not yourself. Like that's crazy. You know, and now when I think about it, it's like, why was I even doing that?
Right. Like, why was I allowing other people's thoughts to dictate my behavior?
Yeah. It's like these people don't care about you. Like they don't know who you are. They don't know what you've gone through. But yet you value their opinion over all the experiences of who made you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's like once I got that down, it's like, you know, it kind of opens up the doorway to everything else. You know, it's like that kind of unlock the prison door in my mind.
And one thing I know about you and a lot of millennials and Gen Z, people really value Gary V. And one thing I love about Gary V, I know you watch a lot of Gary V videos, and I know multiple people in my life really value Gary V, but he doesn't give a fuck. And I feel like that's what separates a lot of people. You know what I mean? When you stop caring about other people, thoughts, like you do whatever that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't care about how you dress. You do it because of how you want to. Or you don't care about this car. You driving that car because you want to. When you really start living your life for you and stop caring about what other people think of you, not only you'll become more successful, more happy, but your pockets will be more fulfilled. Because you're not worrying about who has the next best J's or Yeezys. You're worried about how can you get where you want to be, not because you want to be looked at as if you have it when you don't.
Yeah, it gets to a point, man. It's like it's depressing, man. Like people live their whole lives keeping up with the Joneses. People live their whole lives buying the new car, new house, when they don't even have the money for it. So then they're broke and then they're depressed. Out of the whole basis of trying to like appease to other people. And that's why I love Gary Vee. I watch a lot of his videos because like he's practical about it. He's just like, okay, like why, like he kind of gets down straight to it. Like, you know, no BS, you know, no sugarcoat. So like people do this and this because they're insecure about themselves. They, you know, they've been brought up the wrong way, probably a bad mom or dad. You know, listening to society, going to college or going, I'm not saying school is bad or anything, but, you know, but if it's not for you, then, you know, don't go.
Right.
You know what I mean? And doing something they don't enjoy doing and then just working at a job and then buying all this stuff to keep up with other people. You know, it's patience, bro. Patience. Right. Like he talks a lot about like not thinking short-term gains, you know? You gotta think like long term, because if you're truly passionate about something, right, and you really like want to excel at it, like does it really matter if you get better in 5 years? Because you're gonna be doing this your whole life, you know.
Yeah.
So if you like making film, you know, like what is there to rush for to get, you know,
right,
to get really good,
right?
Like why are you trying to get good? Are you trying to get good to prove to other people that you can do it, or are you just doing it for yourself because you just do it like solely for like the love of it,
right?
You know, so when you think about like, you know, long-term plan, then it's like it kind of makes everything more clear, and how you like, you know, go about your daily life and like the goals you set for yourself.
It's crazy, bro, because you know, I recently got into investments financially, and it makes life much easier being an investor when you really just look at things for what it is, no matter what the price is. Like, because I would consider myself a value investor. When you look at something for the value and not the price, you know what I mean? So it's just like when you look at something when it's at 10 cents or 20 cents or $1 or $5, and then look at the long-term value of it, the profits are endless. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to you trying to get in when it's growing, because some people are growing investors to the point where it's like AMC. When they try to get in at 5 and then try to predict when to get out before it hits $60. Everybody knows AMC is AMC. You know what I mean? It used to be a good company, but eventually, out of like movie theaters, is it still going to be around eventually?
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Everything is going or becoming digital. You know what I mean? But people are trying to do the short squeeze and reap the benefits of becoming rich within a year. And the crazy thing is, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It says quick. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Think and Grow Rich. It says quick riches is more dangerous than poverty.
Why? Like people can win the lottery and then go broke in 5 years.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that when you think long term, the habits, you have to trust the process. You know what I mean? And it's much easier. You won't overwhelm yourself. Like when you're trying to just imagine trying to become a billionaire within 1 year. Like the amount of stress.
Yeah. Like why? Like it goes down to like why you're trying to become a billionaire so fast or a millionaire so fast.
Like you said, bro, quick validation. Trying to be appealing to others in society, trying to look as if you have it. Not really. And bro, I always tell my friends, and I tell you all the time, I said, bro, it's crazy that we're so young. We can be on crack for 10 years and then still become a doctor before we're 40 years old. That's how much time we have. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's something I learned a lot too. Like going back to 2017 and now, it's like now I'm so much more free in how I kind of go about things because I understand how young I am. You know, even me now, like to me, like 45 seems so far away and so old, but it's, you know, but at 45, you're still young. You still got 20, 30, 40 more years left.
Crazy.
You know? Like me as a 22-year-old, I can't picture that, but I know that's true. Like fundamentally, I know like when I turn 40, I'm still young, you know, like it probably hasn't started yet, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really believe in like how, I get started late in something. I'm turning my 30s and I just found this and is it too late? Like that doesn't matter, you know, because even if you're 50, like you still have so much time, and especially as young people, millennials as us, like I could literally like do nothing for the next 10 years.
Nothing.
Completely nothing. And then in like the next 10 years, like become a millionaire if I actually put work and did the smart investments and all that stuff.
Crazy, bro. Like, so that goes to show you that I don't understand why millennials and Gen Z feel as though that they need to become rich overnight or do things and put themselves in dangerous or predicaments that they don't want to be in just to become successful. You know what I mean? Because when you're truly successful, you won't label money as success. Like money is one thing, but I view people that are successful is, you know what I mean? They can open doors for other people. That's a successful person. When you can open up a door for me. You know what I mean? If I want to become a producer or if I want to become an artist or if I want to become an author, you can open up a door for me to become what I want. You know what I mean? Because true happiness is success and success is happiness. You know what I mean? So when people start trying to do things that they're not really supposed to do because they want to impress their parents and they fear criticism of their parents and their close friends and friends, then they're really defeating themselves. No matter how much money they have, because even doctors are broke. You know what I mean? So that's why I always ask and I encourage and influence a lot of people to just really do anything that fulfills you. No matter how much money you'll make, the money will come.
Yeah, don't worry about the money. Like work a small job. Like work a job that's gonna support you enough at the bare minimum so you can live. And then spend the rest of your time and money and efforts into your passions, right? And then like once I figured that out too, it's like I feel successful because I'm pursuing what makes me happy. You know, it doesn't feel like work. I feel like there has to be another like word for like, you know, something you actually, you know, you pursue, but you can do it for hours and doesn't feel like, you're working like
Yeah.
a job, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same way. So and once you find that, like, and that's what makes you truly happy, like you're successful, man. Like, I mean, like in terms of like how you feel about yourself, like you're good. You won. Because 99% of people don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Or they're lost,
Crazy. A lot of people accumulate debt. A lot of people just don't bounce back. And one thing that I read in Four Agreements, another great book, is humans tend to punish themselves. Animals don't. Like, animals may make a mistake and forget about it within 10 seconds. Humans may make a mistake when they're 12 years old, and at the age of 17, they're still degrading themselves or beating themselves up about that one mistake. Or something that happened to them when they were a child, and then it dictates and rule their entire lives. Because some kid called you ugly when you weren't even fully developed at the age of 10, and you growing up and you become insecure for more than 20 years. So just imagine if you can replace those 20 years filled with confidence, how your life will overcome and help you get where you want to be and who you want to be. I don't think people understand when you have so much confidence, and it takes time. You're not born with it. When you invest so much time, when you read a lot of books, when you invest your time with people that really love you and support you with happy energy, real energy, the person you become is crazy. You know what I mean? It's one thing to read books, work out, but you need to surround yourself with real energy, because that's an investment. Energy. You know what I mean?
So important, yeah.
Very.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people put energy into the wrong places, and that's why they're here today, like not confused, like not like where they want to be. Like once you put your energy into the right places and like into what you really desire, what you're passionate about, what you want to do, like what makes you happy, and what gets you like energized. Like once you do that, like that's it.
That's it, bro.
And then he's got to continue and build the good habits of doing that continually, year by year. But don't think like, oh, like in a couple years I haven't done this. Just do it,
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And Nike, man, Nike just came up with the greatest slogan ever. Just do it.
So simple.
Just so simple.
Yeah.
3 words. Just do it, bro.
It's so powerful, but like it means so much.
It means so much. Like, if you want to try out for the basketball team, don't just be in your head about trying. Just do it. If you want to start that book, just do it. If you want to start being the creator, just do it. If you really want to go get that interview for that dream job you want, just do it. You know what I mean? Just start investing in yourself.
Like, what do you have to lose? If it's actually like you want to be a podcaster and like that's something you really want to do, like what do you have to lose to do it?
What do you have to lose? But the thing is, like I said, when people, like, I didn't start this podcast to get a Mercedes Benz or to become the next multi-millionaire, because if I did, I would have been stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not looking at it like that. Like, I'm looking at it in the sense of like, damn, I really love doing this. Like, I'm doing it for free. No matter if I get 1 million views, 2 million views, or 1 view, I'm still going to continue to do what fulfills me. So that's why I always strongly encourage people to do what fulfills them. LeBron can stop right now and be one of the all-time greats. He has nothing else to prove. But then again, he goes year after year, trains long nights, dealing with unnecessary stress. That man is 36 years old. I'm pretty sure he prefer to see his daughter grow up and not miss a moment. But that man is in the gym.
He loves the game.
Loves the game.
Like not just basketball, but like he just loves the game of whatever he's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
that fulfills him.
Yeah, like a filmmaker could just love the game of this filmmaking. Everything is a game,
Mm-hmm.
The stock markets, they're all a game. Like you're like really life is a game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like the more you improve yourself and the more you attack whatever you're doing, you get better and better and better, right? Your percentages go up and stuff. And he just, like LeBron, he loves the game. He loves just to that's just what he's passionate about. Just playing basketball. Money doesn't matter. Right? So he just continues to do that. for his rest of his life.
Crazy. Let me ask you something. When you were 17, when I met you back in 2017, what aspect of life did you devote most of your investing into? Physical, mental, spiritual, or financial?
Definitely not financial. It was not financially aware. Definitely not mental because I had like a bad, just perspective. Probably physical.
Mm-hmm. Now, 4 years later, now that you're a completely different person now, what aspects of life do you devote most of your time to now? Financial, physical, mental, or what was the other one?
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah, so financial is to a certain extent. All I had to do was read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I got all the financial education I need, man. So,
shouts out to Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, sir.
Robert Kiyosaki.
We love you, bro.
Yeah, he's the man. Yeah, so like once I read that book, like it kind of opened another doorway in my mind. Like, wow, like everything I knew and learned about money is like actually not true, So, and once I got that figured, I was kind of like, okay, then that kind of led itself into like investing and how to like, putting your money in the right places. Spiritually is kind of like an ongoing process. So trying to get closer to God, just, praying, reading my Bible. That's just like, that's gotten better over the years. And especially the past year has gotten a lot better. So I'm still kind of developing that. But most importantly, it's probably mental. I think at the end of the day, perspective is everything in life. Like your mentality about how you view a certain situation is 100% like the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because, I could be working at a job, right? And then another person could be working at the same job, but, I could be a multimillionaire and that guy could be broke. But because I had a different perspective and mindset about where to put my money at, right? And how do I value money? Totally different outcomes.
Completely. You know what I mean? Well, bro, I think I want to wrap it up, man. I feel like we touched up on a lot. Man, this is the toast up segment. You want some water? Yeah. Pour yourself some water, bro, for the toast up segment. Pour as much as you want. Man, I'm proud of you, bro. This is 2017 versus 2021.
Man, 4 years going.
Yes,
bro.
sir. Hey, man. Yeah. Toast to you, bro. Hold on. Toast to you, man. Toast to growing and knowing that all because the seed was planted in 2017 doesn't mean it was going to grow overnight. But toast to you for trusting the process. Toast to you for getting here, man, and still going. Waking up 5 a.m., 6 a.m., seeing things that's not physically here.
Thanks to you, man. Thanks to you.
Man, it's one thing to, I introduce you to it, but to do it for yourself, it really means a lot, man. Toast to your achievements, man. Hey, and I hope you get everything you desire in life. Love, bro.
Yeah,
Toast up. Yes, sir.